This video and other social media posts are for religious educational purposes only. No one involved in the social media pages or multimedia messages are lawyers, and nothing in this, or any other message or social media post, is to be taken as legal advice.
Alarambal jate vartor narvore. In traditional Mandoa, in English, welcome and good morning, my brothers and sisters. I am Udesla Jorir. I am the co-founder of the Way of The Mandalore Religious Movement. We are a registered domestic nonprofit in the state of Ohio and a legal 501c3 private charity. We welcome you once again to the sermon messages for the Way of the Mandalore Religious Movement. We hope that this video and the others help you to learn more about us and what we believe. The QR code on your screen right now will take you to our link tree, which has links to all of our social media. We ask that you please give us a like and a follow and consider donating to our Patreon so we can continue to produce these video messages and spread the way to those who are willing to hear it. In our last sermon message, we addressed a complicated and often misunderstood subject with the 10th tenet, remain loyal. In this video, we will be shifting focus from within our community to those outside it. Tenet 11, spread the way to those who will hear. A Mandalorian must be ready and willing to be an honest ambassador of the way to those who will hear, but must never seek to place undue pressure on potential converts. What does this mean? As Mandalorians, we must be open and public about our belief in the way. As stated in previous videos, we must not ever be able to be accused of being ashamed of or to be hiding our religious beliefs. We must be ready to explain these beliefs we hold to the best of our ability, while at the same time we must not be seen to be forceful in our message or to twist every conversation into one centered around the way. The way is a central part of our lives and it guides our choices and interactions with others. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that spreading the way has to be our only goal when we interact with those outside of our faith. It is crucial that we approach this responsibility with honesty, humility, and sincere respect for the individual freedoms of others without placing any undue pressure on people we seek to convert. We can accomplish this in several ways. First, openness and transparency. A Mandalorian's commitment to the way should be evident in our lives. We must be open and public about our beliefs, living as a reflection of the way in our actions, our speech, and our interactions with others. Our faith must not be confined within the walls of our homes and within our communities. As an example, wearing our armor proudly and visibly every time we leave our homes is one way to make our faith public. Our firearms and other weapons, our charity work with foundlings, they might not always be visible, but our armor should be whenever possible. Secondly, honest answers to honest questions. When we are approached with inquiries about our faith, we should respond with honesty, sharing our beliefs and experiences while respecting the genuine curiosity of others. When someone seeks knowledge about the way, we must provide honest answers to their questions. We should strive to explain our beliefs clearly and sincerely, ensuring that our responses are grounded in the teachings of the way. By doing so, we help others to understand our faith, and we provide them an opportunity to explore the teachings further. As Mandalorians, we are called to uphold the values of truth and integrity. We cannot be like those who manipulate or distort the truth to fit their own narratives, by enticing others with half-truths or misinformation. But it is also important that we recognize and acknowledge that some of us may not have all of the appropriate answers to every question that could arise. But we do have a community of people who may have more specific knowledge, who are ready and willing to fill in the gaps of our knowledge of the way. And that's okay. It is better to say, I don't know, but the community has people who probably know more about this than me. Let me get back to you. But remember to actually follow through and get back to them.
One does not speak unless one knows. Is that not the creed?
Well, I know.
One doesn't speak unless one knows.
Third, being a living example. The most powerful and effective way to spread the way is by living a life that embodies its teachings, by keeping the way. Our actions and character should reflect the love, compassion, and integrity that the way espouses. By being a living example of our faith, we create opportunities for others to witness the power of the way. Through our kindness and understanding and our willingness to help, we invite others to explore the way in their own time and at their own pace. And while this is similar to the first point was more about our passive personal image, whereas this is a more active method of keeping the way in such a manner as to make it clear that this is a religion that we take seriously. People outside the way may not believe exactly what we believe or even agree with it, and that is their choice. But we should never give them any reason to doubt that keeping the way is our sincere religious belief. Lastly, valuing individual freedom. A fundamental part of this tenet of the Way of the Mandalore is the recognition and appreciation of individual freedom, including the freedom to pursue one's own religious beliefs. Now, while it is our duty to share the way, we must also recognize and respect the individual freedom of those who express no interest in our faith or hold different religious beliefs altogether. A Mandalorian should not seek to impose their beliefs on others or forcefully pursue conversations where disinterest or even outright hostility is evident. In such situations, we must exercise restraint and remain respectful, allowing the principles of the way to shine through our actions and our character. As Mandalorians, we must respect that many others will have their own different belief systems, and they have a right to. We are not the type to imitate the intrusive approaches of some other religions, such as going door to door or hounding individuals against their will. Instead, we should strive to be a shining example of the way through our acts of service, kindness, and genuine connection within our communities. By embodying the principles of the way, by keeping the way in our everyday lives, we become a living testament, drawing others toward the way with a natural curiosity to learn more. Now, should certain aspects of their social, cultural, or religious practices be in direct opposition to the way, then of course we should speak out against those practices. Forced arranged marriages and child marriages, for example, are practices that should not be ignored, and we are absolutely allowed to speak out against them. We'll cover more on this in later messages. Spreading the way to those who will hear means exactly that. If we encounter those who have no interest in our religion, we should let it go and continue to keep the way with the hope that they may become more receptive later on. And the same for those who are outright hostile to the way. Do not allow them to spread lies or disinformation about our religion without a challenge. But do not think of these people as any sort of personal achievement to unlock. The Way of the Mandalore is not a religion for everyone, and we shouldn't treat it like it is. We cannot be like those who employ coercion or manipulation to force conversion upon others. We firmly reject these practices that certain groups have that persistently hound individuals, disregarding their personal boundaries. Instead, we gracefully acknowledge the rights of those who are either disinterested or even hostile towards the way. We should not pursue conversions further if met with disinterest or hostility. Instead, we continue to keep the way and embody the principles of it in the method in which we live our lives. By doing so, we keep that door open, which could allow others to approach the way on their own terms if they choose to do so when the time is right for them. As Mandalorians, we have been entrusted with the responsibility of being honest ambassadors of the way. Our mission is to share our faith, guided by honesty, respect, and a deep appreciation for individual freedom. Therefore, we must strive to be good examples of the way through our words, actions, and unwavering commitment to compassion and understanding. Let us be an inspiration for others to embark on their own spiritual journeys, knowing that the way is a religion of peace, harmony, and respect. And that closes out our brief overview on the 11th tenet of the Way of the Mandalore. Spread the way to those who will hear. Again, we do hope that you not only learn more about this religion, but that if you have questions, you feel open to seek the answers within the community. Our next video will be covering the 12th tenet of the Way of the Mandalore. Do not isolate. And we will discuss exactly what that means within our religious community. Until next time, Vore. Vorentier, Mandawade, Balkuir, Muruchik, Ibikruni. Thank you, brothers and sisters, and be safe. This is the way.
One does not speak unless one knows.